Now, we've got Gaz Keenan with us. Gaz is the big Audition winner, but he's also a John Lennon impersonator. And he's putting together what is probably the first live stream concert at a UK venue during lockdown. How are you, Gaz?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right, thank you. So you do a show called Lennon Respective.
Lennon Retrospective, yeah.
Retrospective, sorry. Yeah, which clearly does what it says on the tin. But you're live streaming.
We are, yeah. On Saturday, I believe we're going to be the first band in the UK, if not the world, to do a full band live stream from an actual real music venue. Yeah.
Okay, so you're clearly on stage, you're all going to be 2 meters apart.
Oh, yes. We are going to be following the social distancing guidelines. So we've set out a number of different stage plans to ensure that we're, being nice and safe. Safety first, as always, you know that.
Yeah, indeed. Okay, so we can see this at johnlennontribute.com. So you're going to put the performance out there.
Yeah, that's right.
How much of Lennon do you do? Do you do kind of is it the whole career?
We usually do, yes. Usually it's Lennon Retrospective. It does exactly what it says on the tin. So we start with his later stuff and work back right through to the early Beatles. This stream is going to be a little bit different because we've got to do everything above board. So the PRS are involved and they've given us permission to do Lennon solo songs only. So we can't touch the Beatles. But we're doing all of Lennon's solo stuff. Well, not all of it, but a good,
yes,
a good chunk of it. The best bits, the bangers.
Big ones. Yeah. Okay, so just out of interest, what are you opening the show with?
Oh, that would be telling, wouldn't it? Come on, come on.
God, I haven't asked for the encores. I just want to know what you're opening with.
We're gonna get encores. I love your optimism there, mate. Well, it's quite a dramatic opening.
Oh, right, okay.
So I don't want to give the game away.
Okay.
But it's quite laid back, but quite an angry one.
Okay.
It's just him and a guitar singing about something he's very, very passionate about.
All right. And why are you so passionate about John Lennon?
I've always loved John Lennon, right from an early age. Grew up on the Beatles and all the 60s music. And, I've always sort of identified most with Lennon. A very funny fella, but very serious as well. And he just had it all, He's just such a cool fella.
Yeah, because I always feel that there are people who you're either in the John Lennon camp or you're in the Paul McCartney camp.
Very much, yes, indeed. Yeah. I've always been Lennon. Paul McCartney, he was a very clever bloke, and he was the musical side of it. I feel that Paul took what John had and really sort of professionalized it, but Lennon had that innate sort of emotion.
Right, okay. I got you. So Paul kind of put the gloss on Lennon's emotion. Is that what you're saying? Something like that?
Yeah. You look at this, tracks like A Day in the Life. It's such an amazing song, and John took that to Paul and said, "What can we do with this?" And that's when Paul sort of got his mitts on it and made it into what it was.
Yeah.
Along with the great, late great Sir George Martin as well.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. So, who do you think had the best solo career after the Beatles?
Well, John Lennon released Imagine and Jealous Guy. Paul McCartney released the Frog Chorus. I'll leave it there.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I mustn't diss Sir Paul. No. He had a very, and he's still got a very successful career. Yeah. So all power to him.
Yeah. It was interesting, though, their partnership, wasn't it? Because whilst they did write together at the beginning, I don't think they wrote together a lot once the Beatles really got underway.
I think for the first few years, you got to remember the Beatles were really only going for a short time, and they accomplished so much in such a short space of time. But yeah, when it got to the sort of mid to later 60s, I think they'd gone their separate ways musically. But I still think there was, an understanding. I mean, Abbey Road, which is the last Beatles album, and it's one of the greatest. I think it's my favorite Beatles album. The second half, where that whole medley of basically unreleased and bits and bobs of songs, and they gelled it together, and it's just musical genius.
It's interesting. Okay, everybody's got their favourite Beatles album, I think. Mine would have to be Rubber Soul.
A lot of people. Yeah. Everyone's got a different. I when we do the show, I sort of shout out, what's everybody's favourite, and everybody's got a different answer. And I have to say, no, that's the wrong answer. No, that's the wrong answer until somebody gets it right,
Yeah. And what about you personally? Which do you think is John Lennon's best moment?
Oh, either I Am the Walrus, A Day in the Life, and from his solo collection, I'd have to go with Jealous Guy. I absolutely love that song.
Yeah, that is a great track, actually. Interesting.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, interesting, because Imagine, I think a lot of people would have gone with Imagine, but that's really interesting that one wasn't in your top three.
No, it's Imagine's a great song, and it's I think it's defined by its message and its meaning to a lot of people. Musically and lyrically, it's quite simple. It's quite a simple song. There's only a few chords in it, and I like the more sort of intricate stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Which is the best to play, though?
The best to play. Oh, now then, I would have to go with I Am the Walrus.
Right.
Personally, because I mean it's just such a huge song. Our keyboard player Mark Dryden, he manages to incorporate all of that orchestration live, and it just sounds huge.
Wow.
So it's very satisfying.
Yeah. All right. So you got your big show on Saturday, it's June the 6th, 7:00. Now you're coming live from Swindon, but obviously nobody will be able to be there. Is it going to be a bit weird? You'll finish the song and there'll be no applause.
Yeah, it's going to be really weird.
It's going to be
will
bizarre.
I mean, I think we've programmed in some clapping onto Mark's keyboard so that we can. But it'll sound more like this.
Yeah, exactly.
So we'll be used to that, actually.
Anyway, if you want to see it, it goes out at 7:00 on Saturday night. JohnLennonTribute.com, and then you can stream it through that website.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
All right. Great to talk to you, Gaz, and good luck with that. I hope it all goes well.
Yes, thank you. So do we.
BBC Radio Cornwall.